So our goal for this horse is to show him in ranch riding and the boxing class. He's a little bit scared of some things. So I have, in the process of getting him trained to show in those classes, I've got to get him broke to normal everyday things. Like he needs to be able to work this gait. Cow horses, I'm not going to get off to work the gait. The horse needs to let me work the gait. Go in and get the cow, pull the cow out. That is all part of being broke to do the job that he needs to do. He needs to let me do everything that needs to be done to get this cow out so we can work this cow. So training is a lot more than just teaching the maneuvers, teaching the event. There we go. Now we got to shut the gate. And that's what we're doing here. We're actually using those things that would be in a trail class. Good boy. We don't have this windy of days very often. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go to the cow and I'm going to put my hand down. You've seen me do something similar in a smaller pen. We're going to go do something similar in this pen. I'm going to give him slack and I want him to follow the cows. Don't really care which one he follows. I feel him pick up his step as the cows trotted. That's a good sign. Next time I'll ask him to trot with the cows. Now I want to make sure that he has a balance of listening to me and tracking the cows. So I'll give him his face and encourage him to go forward with the cow, but I'm also going to ask him to stop when I tell him to stop. We're not going to go any faster than a trot. He's got to listen to me to control his speed, but he can use the cow to control his direction. We're getting a little fast. Don't care how fast the cow goes, we're not going to go faster than a slow trot. Let's go back to this one here. Cows aren't used to that camera in the middle of the arena. There, he's pinning his ears, wanting to make the cow move. That's what I want. But at the same time, he needs to only go as fast as I tell him to go. There we go. He's telling that cow to move. That's what I want. Now I lost his attention. He's looking at that cow over there. We'll go back. In the bigger pen, that encourages the cows to go a little bit faster. So that gives me another thing to work on with him, is him listening to me for speed control. There's also more distractions out here. Now he's not even thinking about a cow. We're going to go back to a cow. We're going to go back to this one that he left. One of the things that he needs is he needs a better stop. He needs a better back. His turn is okay. Right there, he's pinning his ears. Now I'm going to put him back on the cow. If he's locked on the cow, I'm going to give him slack. If he loses the cow, I'm going to point him back to the cow again. Looking at that cow over there, I'm going to point him back at this one. Give him slack again. This is the speed I want to work right here. Working in this group with a couple cows in here, that gives him more distractions. When he goes to a show, he's going to have a lot to be distracted about at that show. He's tossing his head to tell the cow to move. When we go to a show, there's going to be a lot that's going to distract him. And I want his attention to stay on that cow no matter what goes on. Lost his attention, we're going to go back on the cow. One more time and then I'll pull him off. There we go, making the turn. Let's stop there. Good boy. They still want to go to the cow. Let's stop. Let's back. and let's turn and walk away. He needs a little bit better stop and he needs a better back. Something we're going to be working on as we progress. Now let's go to a different cow. You have to get a balance here between him enjoying the work, him enjoying pushing the cows around, but not so much that it starts to feel like work to him. As long as we're going in that direction, I'm going to just leave my hand down. Now I will use my legs a little bit to help him with steering, but I'm not going to make contact with his mouth. A little bit of left leg. There we go, left leg. And we'll make him go back to the same cow. He's worked cows enough that he should know to stay on the same cow. Let's go ahead and trot back up to that red one. In the beginning, I don't really care if they swap cows or not. At this point, he needs to stay on the cow I put him on. He's doing a good job of tracking and staying with the cow for the stage that he's at. Bit of left leg. He's thinking about swapping to that cow. I'm not going to let him. We're going to go back to the red cow. We're not ready to start getting in front of and turning yet, but we're very close. I'll probably do that towards the end. We've hauled this horse to a couple of places. We've hauled him to a show just to get him in the pen. This is the horse that I did the spooky video on, so he can get a little bit scared. So hauling him and letting him see a lot of things is real important for his progress and his confidence. This kind of work with the cows is really great for his confidence also. Now let's ask him to trot up to that cow a little bit. Wanting to go faster, you're going to have to wait on me. All through this process, he has to wait on me for speed. We're not going to outrun. Right there, I wanted to make a little bit more of a square turn. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So when you're tracking, you're basically following the cow around. But when you start working towards a stop, I need to get the stop and a square turn. I'll show you what I'm talking about up here. Stop, back a step, and turn. Now we'll go back to the cow. That puts his body in the position that it needs to start those turns that we're going to do in boxing. Get him to lock onto the cow. He's wanting to put his nose down and push on the cow. Let's get forward. Stop. Back a step. Turn. He's wanting to get his nose down. We're about out of cow here. He's wanting to get his nose down to make the cow move because the cow was slowing down. And turn. Let's grab one of these others. This is a group that I just got. Haven't worked them much. They're probably going to run pretty hard, but we're just going to kind of track behind them. We're going to get on that black and white one. A little bit bigger. He's been here a little longer. I want the horse to learn what cow I'm looking at. Even though I'm showing cow horse, I'm not showing cut, and there's only going to be one cow in the pen. I want him to learn to look at the cow that I'm looking at. Stop. Back step. And turn. There. Better turn. Let's go kind of hustle back to the cow. The hustle back to the cow there is what creates some nice snappy turns. It's not pulling harder. It's not kicking harder. It's hustling back to the cow after you make a correct turn. Stop. Back step. Turn. Hustle to the cow. A little bit more of a boxing position here. Stop. You swap cows and go to the cow. There we go. There, it's tracking pretty good there. I'm helping him a little bit with position where I want him to be on the cow. Left side, right side, that kind of thing. Whoa. There we go. I stopped him a little early there. I did that because he was really looking at those smaller cows. I would have liked to have gone further. I want to be in a position so that when I back the step and then turn, I'm still in a position to be in front of the cow that turns the other way. And we're going to pull off the cow. Good boy. This is going to end up being a nice horse on a cow, nice boxing horse. This is a BLM Mustang. It's hard to see his tattoo, but he is tattooed right there. He's really cowy for a Mustang. He's going to make a really nice horse. This is Trigger. I'll put a link up here to some of the other videos that I've done of him. Until next time, thank you for watching.